Cheers and good morning. We're live at New South Brewery in Myrtle Beach to learn a little bit about beer, take a tour, and let you know how you can take a tour too. Stick with us.
You're watching Good Morning Carolinas with Jason Glasspool, Crystal Costa, meteorologist Darren Stack, and Amanda Kenseth.
And a good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. If the background falls on top of Crystal, it is my fault.
Yeah,
all right? I had to fix
alarmed.
it a little bit during the break, and it's just don't breathe on it too hard.
We're just going to sit very still on this set all morning. Okay,
so if you're curious as to what happens behind the scenes of a local brewery, there's a lot that goes into making adult beverages.
Of course.
We got you covered this morning.
And beer especially. News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth is out in Myrtle Beach. She's at New South Brewery making beer. My goodness, you're getting your hands dirty this morning.
That's right, and this is so cool. I like curious. It's fun to be curious. Just before we went to break, we saw a shot of inside of this big tub right here, and I've got Brock with me to tell me a little bit about what's inside here and what you're doing.
All right, what we're doing is kind of the conversion process. This is the first part called our mash in. Kind of what I'm doing is I'm taking all the barley and I'm steeping it in the perfect temperature of water. And kind of what it's doing is like when you take a tea bag and throw it in water and you're kind of pulling all the color and the flavor out of the water.
Sure.
Kind of the same exact thing. I'm pulling all that color, all the flavor out of that barley. And the most important thing I'm doing is actually taking all the starch, and at that perfect temperature, I'm converting it over into sugar. And we're going to make a very kind of a sugary solution right now called wort, W-O-R-T. And that's the beginning of the process. So it's going to sit in here for about an hour.
Okay, and it's funny to think that that in there turns into delicious beer. Take a look at all of these. Now, are all these different beers in here, or different processes?
Every single one is a different beer. This is kind of goes into the fermentation process a little bit later on in the day, and each one of those is a different beer in in its aging process. So. All right,
very interesting. Well, we'll be learning more about beer and tours and how you can take a tour too, guys.
Sounds good to me. Thanks, Amanda.
It reminds me of Laverne and Shirley. You ever seen that show?
Yes.
We'll check in with her in just a few minutes, right?
Welcome back to Good Morning Carolinas. Staff at a Myrtle Beach Brewery are working hard making a winter beer for local beer lovers to enjoy.
And News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth is there at the, where is it? The New South Brewing Company with the details. Good morning to you, Amanda. What are you doing?
Good morning. That's right. Oh, just warming up with the morning beer. No, not yet. I haven't quite started on that yet. But this is how you used to be able to get New South, just on draft. But now, you guys have it in cans.
We do indeed. We do indeed. Yeah, we've been making beer here in Myrtle Beach for 14 years. But we've only been canning for about 3 years. So we were draft only for about 11 of those years. And you can see our wall of cans behind us.
Yeah, talk about beer. Holy cow, look at all these canned beers up here. What happens if I move this one right here? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I wouldn't do that. This is how it comes to us empty. So this represents a lot of work for us to fill all these cans up. We do everything right here on site. We have a small machine that gets the beer in the can for us.
So you do have a machine, so you don't have to fill up each one out of the can.
We do have a machine. It is a very small, crude machine, but it does a really good job getting beer in the can. So, being draft only, we were sort of pigeonholed to only selling beer in the bars and restaurants. So it's really nice now that you can pick up our beer in the grocery stores.
Well, that's great for a local brewery, so people will be able to take that home with them from the grocery stores. And you can take tours here. We'll talk more about that next time, guys.
That's a pretty impressive wall right there.
Yeah, and I'd love to check out that brewery, so stay tuned for details on that.
I'm helping to make beer this morning at New South Brewery. Stick around for details on a tour that you can take. And coming up next, the taste test.
Speaking of beer, News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth has been live all morning at New South Brewery in Myrtle Beach, and she's behind the scenes there. Look at her.
Wow, already hard at work. How's it going?
Yeah, this is cool. I don't know what's going on over here. Brock, what are you doing now? There's all kinds of action going on.
I am actually starting to recirc, which is just a filtration process. We're actually trying to get the beer as clear as we can before we start sending it over to start to boil.
Okay. All right, we're right in the middle of the action right here. He just hooked this up. You've got this stirring in here. You said it was kind of like a tea bag, pulling out all the color and whatnot. And but what I'm looking forward to is the taste testing. I mean, that's got to be a pretty popular job, right? Do you get a lot of applications for that?
It's all about
your
quality
new
control.
winter brew right here. This is coming out soon, right?
This will be coming out soon in about 3 weeks. This is one of our seasonals.
All right, how do I do this?
Pull on that little guy kind of slow.
There we go.
And you're going to see the dark goodness coming out.
Hey, there it is right there. Okay.
And this is a seasonal that we're going to be coming out with in about 3 weeks. It's called Lily the Great. It is a Russian Imperial Stout. Definitely not for the faint of heart, about 11.1%.
Okay. Uh-oh. So I better not taste too much this morning then, huh?
So this one's going to be very roasty and chocolatey, kind of like a cold espresso.
Ooh, that's delicious. Espresso for the morning, guys. Hey, this is it.
It's a tough job, Amanda,
Yeah.
but somebody's got to do it.
5 o'clock somewhere, of course. And you can actually tour this brewery on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just call them in advance for the details.
Oh, a cold brewski. It can be found at pretty much any corner store, gas station, but have you ever wondered what the process is that goes into making it and getting it there?
Absolutely. News Channel 15's Amanda Kinseth has got you covered. She's live in Myrtle Beach this morning. She's at New South Brewery talking about some free tours. Right, Amanda?
That's right, and I know you want to. This afternoon, you can come here. There's 2 tours offered every Tuesday and Thursday, 3:15 and 4:30. You learn so much, and maybe the best part of it all, you get to taste some, right?
That's true. That's true. We're here in our tasting room, so this is where our tours take off from. We walk you through the process. You get to walk around and stick your head in some of the tanks, and really we like to do a hands-on tour here. And you get to sample the beers as we walk through. We're allowed to give 4 samples out on each of the tours. And we really like to educate folks on what we do here and how we take the raw ingredients and turn it into the finished product of beer.
It's really neat, really interesting. I've learned a lot, and it's great to come out and support local businesses. And here's a couple examples of your beer right here. It just blows my mind that this right here can turn into this delicious stuff. And your winter brew, that's awesome. So if you're looking for a good reason to come out here, when does that come out?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
First
Talking
of
about
February.
New South Brewery, guys.
I think Amanda should be crowned an honorary brewmaster today.
I agree. If you missed it earlier, she was up tall, up high on the, I don't even know what they're called.
A vat, some big, huge vat.
There you go.